Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and we are enjoying life's journey while on the path to financial freedom. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Paycheck to Paycheck Budget with Me video. We're going to be budgeting out our paycheck of January the 25th. We basically get paid, or my husband gets paid every single Friday, so that's when we do our budgets. And so basically our Paycheck to Paycheck budget is also our weekly budget. Now, I did not get on here last week, so today I will briefly go over last week's pay, how we broke that up, and then we'll jump into this week. So let's jump onto the Excel. All right, so last week my husband's base pay was $7.40, like it's been, so basically $18.50 per hour for 40 hours a week. And then he had quite a bit of overtime. They actually worked their 10-hour days during the week, and then they worked a Saturday, so we had $555 worth of overtime. Myself, I only brought over $1.50. Basically, with Instacart, I got a $3 extra bonus. So anything you see here for myself is half of what I made for self-employment. With that, my husband was able to put another $64.75 into the 401k. We have this set up automatically that 5% comes out before taxes. So that's kind of why I have it set up this way, so I could see what his base pay was and then what 5% of this pay is. Moving forward, we've decided to increase our 401k by 1% every single month. So by the end of the year, we should be investing 15% automatically. They took out $35.72 worth of federal taxes. Arizona state tax, they took out $22.14. Medicare, they took out $18.78, and then Social Security was $80.29. We were able to put another $144.03 towards our savings. Giving, we put $75 in there. Family life insurance, $5.59. My husband's long-term disability insurance, $4.66. We have one extra principal payment for the house sitting in our necessities account ready to be taken out. So anything in orange here means that that's money. There's still some portion of that money in the checking account, so it just hasn't been spent yet. Groceries, we had finished out our $336. We put $156.90 in there. We still have $83 for our last week of groceries. Personal care, we actually ended up doing $115.04, and we still have 60 of that. The girls and I we're supposed to get our hair cut this weekend, but we actually got rescheduled for next weekend, but we have the money ready to go. Household, we spent another $134.71. Electricity, I got the actual bill last week, so we found out it was $71.75, so I added another $4.53 to that. You guys saw the previous weeks we had finished out our other bills. And then the girls' commission jobs, we finished those out. They can earn their age every week, so another 14 to my oldest and another 8 to my youngest. And then we have 140 sitting aside when we file our taxes with TurboTax, we do the home and business or the self-employment one, so it's about 140, I think, is what we spent last year. And then we ended up finishing out our date night money, and then the YMCA, I actually forgot. This is going to come out. This is going to be a new automatic thing that comes out on the first of the month. So even though on this first paycheck, I had the money put aside to get a sign up for January, this right here will actually be February's thing. So we're kind of trying to make sure we're ahead there. So let me update these first, actually. So this week, my husband did get the base pay of $140, and then he had another Saturday, so it was actually $555 again. And then myself, I actually brought over $232.19. So I'm going to make these black because those are the actual numbers now. The interest in our savings accounts and our checking account, those usually come somewhere around now. They haven't actually posted to the account yet. Either way, those always usually stay in they usually stay in the savings account. So that's that. Let me jump over here. We're going to balance these checkbooks real quick. Okay, so if you're not familiar, we have different checking and savings accounts at our bank. So our income account is where all of our direct deposits go into. Basically, my husband's direct deposit, and then when I get paid from my self-employment account, it comes over to our income account. So we still have the gift money in there. Part of this was going to be for the tip for getting our hair done. And then part of this was my mom's birthday present. So we haven't done it yet. My paycheck, was already in here, and I have it lined up with, that's part of the mortgage payment, so that's what that is. Like I said, we have $83 left for groceries. We have $60 for our haircut. The girls still have $13.83 and $7, and we have our tax money in there, and then we have the $60 for the YMCA. So we have $671 in our income account. Our necessities has $594. So that's all of these bills that are getting ready to come out. That's what we have going on here. So we have our extra principal payment, and then the biggest thing here, gas for the car. We still have $51 for the gas for the car, and we still have $21 for the motorcycle. Too much to balance. I kind of did that before I came on with you guys. All right, so we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna look at my husband's pay stub, and we're gonna see how much was actually taken out. This was our $64.75. It should be, these numbers should be the same because this paycheck here was the same. So sometimes it could be off by a few cents, a few pennies. So I do want to double check. Yep. So this is the one. See, it was off. It was 1 penny less than last time. 80. Okay, so like I said, the main thing is that we are paying the mortgage. This is pretty much what's left. This is the one bill we have left to pay. So we're going to put that all towards the mortgage. Put this in. Let's see what the, and that was the same, $466. So these are black because those come out automatically. And then they should be orange because that's what we have. It will be in the bank. So we have $166.29. So that's going into the emergency fund because it's there and we haven't moved it into savings yet. And I put it over here in my little income account. Like I said, also when this interest comes in from the bank, that everything that we get will be put into the emergency fund. So I will update this, but otherwise that's pretty much what it is. So this week's pretty easy. So all I have to do is when I go on the bank account is transfer this mortgage payment money over to our necessities checking account because these everything in here is pretty much like an automatic withdrawal. They come out automatically. So with the 18th, we had $2,381.54 in there. Originally, you know, I was saying we had $2,800 in there, but like I said, I forgot. I was combining it with some other savings. So I renamed some of our savings accounts. We technically have 3 different savings accounts. So I renamed it. I have one that's just the emergency fund now. So this is how much is in there, but I'll be adding the 166 to it. And then I have one with the girls' money here. I went ahead and just put on their girls' fund, so that's the girls' money, so we don't accidentally spend their money. And then I made the third one that used to be our giving savings account. I renamed it to our sinking funds. So now moving forward, it will be more accurate. So that sinking funds savings account will have our vacation money, the next car that we want is, you know, saving for a car, saving for any bigger items. That will be our sinking fund. Once we start putting money in the accounts for car maintenance and home maintenance and things like that, those will be in the sinking fund. So this way I can keep those separate. So we will no longer be putting giving into a savings account. I did read the book, The Automatic Millionaire, so we are going to be setting up some of our giving contributions to be coming out automatically. Normally we just go on like every quarter and we donate a little bit. So I'm going to start setting it up to be more automatic on a regular basis. So that would actually end up coming out of the necessities account when I get that set up. So some changes that we did this year. Another thing is, you know, my checking account here, I hardly ever use it. I hardly have any extra money that I'm using. So I may rename this, and this may become the girls' checking account. So instead of paying them their commission jobs in cash, I could always put it into that particular debit card, and we can use that. That might come a little bit later when they start getting older. My oldest is going to be 8 next month, so I know she's still, like, the idea of them still having cash, like, and the piggy banks, obviously for the younger ones is good, but we'll see. Let me log on real quick and move the savings over and move the mortgage over. This is actually $47.83 now, and this is out of there. And so I make this black because even though that money's not spent, I need to tell my brain that it's spent. The other thing that we're going to try to do, February, like I said, we're going to bump my husband's 401k up to 6%. And then we're actually, I told him to go ahead, he goes to his HR every couple weeks for his apprenticeship program exams. So I told him to go ahead and pick up a new direct deposit form. So I'm going to go ahead and split up his pay where they automatically put 10% right into our savings account, this emergency fund. That way I'm not transferring it every time. Even though I'm still going to do the budget and I'm still going to see the numbers, the idea is to make as much automatic as you can, because you kind of trick your brain into saying like that's what it's going to be and you can't change it. Whereas with me physically, you know, it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of willpower to transfer that money over. I have the urge to spend it because my husband and I are both spenders, so it's very, you know, we gotta get it in, reel it back. Okay, and then again, this is in this account now. I think moving bill money over, it's easier because my brain says you have to pay that, that's what it is. So we need to just create that, like that has to be that in our brains. I'm going to make these black now because the month is pretty much done. I will leave this orange because we still have that to come through. I'm going to make these black because that's done. And actually I'm going to make this orange here. Just because that tells me that I'm still working with that number. These are black because that's done. As things start to clear, because everything will start clearing, all these insurance and everything, those start to come out on the 20th. We have things that start to come out on the 26th and the 28th. Everything will start clearing. Thanks for joining me for another weekly Paycheck to Paycheck budget with me. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.